views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of BronxNet or the program underwriters.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Open, the one and only show bringing the best of the Bronx, New York, and the world straight to you. I'm Rhina Valentin, your host of Café con Leche every Friday. Here's what's coming up in today's show. Leading things off, we'll share some Valentine's Day events for everyone to enjoy in this special edition of Open Weekend Preview. After that, we'll sit down with life and relationship coach Devin Weaver to discuss the importance of self-love, receiving love, and building a foundation with your significant other. And we'll make some creative upcycle gifts for Valentine's Day with illustrator and graphic designer Laura Alvarez. Plus, we'll speak with Uptown vegan sweets and treats owner Drea Smith about her tasty vegan cupcakes. And later on in the show, Bobby C brings us an up-to-date with the latest headlines in the world of sports. And lastly, this week's Open Artist Spotlight features a New York sultry musical duo, Acute Inflections, who will perform their single Electric Psychology on our Open Artist stage. So, sit back y prepárate. All this and more is headed your way because now we are officially open. Welcome to Open, everyone. I'm Rhina Valentin, your host of Café con Leche. You know, we always invited you to get social with us online. That's right. Tweet us and follow us on Instagram at BronxNet TV or like us on Facebook at Open BronxNet Television. And of course, while you're there, don't forget, follow moi, Twitter, Instagram, FB, and LinkedIn at Rhina Valentin. It's Valentine's Day, and we have some special events for everyone to enjoy. So get your pen and paper out. It's now time for a Valentine's edition of Open Weekend Preview. Today is another day to show your partner you love them with a Valentine's Day dinner at Charlie's Bar and Kitchen. Dinner will consist of a mouth-watering prefix menu of ceviche, oysters, and tiramisu, and complimentary roses to give your dinner that extra touch of romance. Charlie's Bar and Kitchen is located at 112 Lincoln Avenue in the Bronx, and dinner will be served from 6 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. And for tickets, be sure to visit eventbrite.com. If you're single looking to try something cool for Valentine's Day, then you may want to join Couples and Karaoke. It's a new, fresh, experimental dating experience that combines the mystery of blind dating and karaoke. The event will take place tonight, February 14th, from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. at Basquiat Bottle, located at 1198 Fulton Street in Brooklyn. And to participate in this event, go to couplesandkaraoke.com, and that's couples spelled with a K, to sign up. All right, you never know, you might have find Mr. or Mrs. Right. Although it's Valentine's Day, it doesn't mean that you have to be in love to have a good time. That's right. The Andrew Friedman Home is presenting Heartbreaks and Mistakes, an event filled with food, drinks, and music featuring the kids from Camp Summer Kill It. That's right. This event is for everyone, and it's happening today at Andrew Friedman Home, located at 1125 Grand Concourse Avenue. The event will begin at 7 and it goes till 11 p.m. For tickets, please visit eventbrite.com. Enjoy your Valentine weekend. In honor of February being Black History Month, today we pay homage to U.S. Representative for Georgia's 5th Congressional District and Civil Rights Movement leader, John Robert Lewis. He's known as being a leader who organized the March on Washington alongside Martin Luther King Jr. And today we honor John Lewis. Happy Black History Month. All right, so the Riverdale Y held an exhibition comprising the works, 30 artworks on the theme of where we were, where we are, where we want to be. And Arlene Makoko has the story. Let's take a look.
Celebrate Black History Month at the Riverdale Y's Gallery 18 for a juried exhibit featuring 17 artists and comprising 30 artworks on the theme of where we were, where we are, and where we want to be.
As you go around, some people wanted to talk about their ancestors, their people immediately, close to them. Some people wanted to talk about, this is what has happened in the past.
Curator Maria Noida talks about the choice to make Anarcha's Recovery a collage by artist and judge for the exhibit, Tony Wells, one of the signature pieces for the collection and one that appears on the poster at the entrance to the gallery.
He wanted to give to that particular period its due. These are people that should be remembered.
Anarcha was someone who was experimented on by Dr. Sims, and I hadn't actually made this piece before that became a big issue of his statue in Central Park. Yeah, it was like having a statue of Dr. Mengele in Central Park. He operated over hundreds of slaves and killed many of them.
One of the pieces that I have is a print of a piece called I Am. And I Am is a portrait of not my face, but of my hand.
Originally from Riverdale, artist Evan Bishop, who lives in Yonkers, is about celebrating the present and looking beyond.
I wanted to create a piece that I would be able to pass to my children's 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 children and to tell a story of who I am. So to paint my face really doesn't tell who I am as an artist, so I painted my left hand, and that's where all the magic comes.
I started out as a fashion illustrator, then worked as a children's book illustrator, and this is a piece I did while I was doing that, it's a 40-year-old piece.
Also a judge, visual artist Judith Eloise Hooper, who also teaches art, talked about her work.
This is called Working Man, and it's a drawing that I did of a friend of mine maybe 40 years ago. He was a 7th grade science teacher, and it was when computers were first coming out, and he had designed a game that he was trying to sell to Texas Instrument.
This exhibit will be up through February 28th. There is a personal tour on the 13th by Tony Wells. For more information, you can email at gallery18@riverdaley.org. For BronxNet, this is Arlene Makoko.
Thank you for that, Arlene Makoko. And so, we're all looking for love, right? And, it's important to cultivate a healthy perspective of love outside the scope of romance. And joining us to share insight on building healthy relationships with self first and foremost, all right, family, friends, and your significant other, we welcome life and relationship coach Devin Weaver. Hello and welcome.
Good morning, Rhina.
Good morning to you. Happy Valentine.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Oh my gosh. Wonderful to have you back.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for making yourself available to just dive into this discussion of Valentine's Day, right?
Love, love, love.
Love, 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 which really, it's nice to have a holiday to kind of bring it into the forefront, but it's actually the way we should be existing on a daily basis, right? So I'd like to open up with just the fact that for some, Valentine's Day may be a day where they get depressed because they may not have someone. So let's talk a little bit about the self-love aspect of it and how that folds into the other relationships.
Yeah, well, we need to keep ourselves as a priority always, right? If we're not happy, how are we expected to make someone else happy? We are our most important relationship when you really look at it. So we need to really always focus on what's important to us and prioritize ourselves and love ourselves and open to that.
And what do you say to people who are looking to find that in someone else, right? Because I think in life, I think just even in society, the picture that's painted is you go, you find a significant other, you get married, you form a family, and then that's where the love is going to come from. And it doesn't always seem to fall into place that way. I mean, we've got a really large divorce rate within the United States. And so, again, just going back to what you're saying with regards to digging inside. However, you know, if I had to pin my finger on a word, it would be the domestication based on environment.
Yeah, I mean, we all have, or we've all been painted a picture
Right.
of what love should look like. But in reality, like taking the time to understand yourself and figure out what you need to do to love yourself just makes you that much more of a better partner. That's why the divorce rate is so high, because people haven't taken the time to understand themselves, learn what they need for themselves so that they can be whole and come into a partnership where they're two whole individuals unattached to loving one another, but in divine union with one another.
Yeah, that's a nice way of putting it, right? Because in, let's say, dealing with souls, right? Because, again, we opened up this segment not solely to discuss significant others, but just in general, like families, even pets for that matter. I know you and I had a discussion about today being this day that everybody pretty much celebrates love, but to some people, it's a day of depression because they feel that they don't have what they're looking for, or whatever that is. But really, in essence, love is everywhere.
It's everywhere. It's everywhere. Yeah, and unfortunately, a lot of people externalize love. It's projected outwards, right? And that's because that's where their focus is. They need to do this to receive love, as opposed to allowing themselves to open to loving themselves.
And so what kind of work are you recommending that? Like, just take me through a step or two where one can really just go inside to bring it out, because that's what you're saying. You're saying it's like go inside, so then you're not looking for it, it just presents itself.
Yeah, and you're more you, more love.
Right.
So you're looking for a specific step?
Well, you know, just give me some, I guess I'm looking for some insight on what kind of work that entails, right? Because, again, let's say coming from an urban environment, coming from certain circumstances, how does one step outside of those circumstances and recreate for themselves so that they can find that healthy relationship?
It's looking at your past relationships and understanding your triggers and what gets you out of an unconditionally loving space, and open to having healthy dialogues between you and the people that you care about. It's really understanding like your childhood and your past, doing some therapy, understanding where some of this lack of love, came from, or where these pains come from that sort of prevent you from really fully feeling whole and reclaiming your love. It's all about reclaiming your love, because sometimes we lose sight of it along the way, and it's important to figure out ways in which you can come back.
And so what do you recommend for anyone who right now may need to hear how important it is to really just look in the mirror?
Yeah, it's quite literally that, like looking in the mirror and saying, I love you. Like, I love you, I accept you completely and entirely. And in doing so, like, you really do open yourself to being more whole and being more complete. And yes, we do have these things that, set up in childhood that, affect us. But if you take the time to understand yourself and work on yourself and do the inner work to make yourself more lovable and available, then your relationships will thrive.
Well, I appreciate you sharing it and the way you're sharing it. And I think the key word is vulnerability, right?
Yes.
Especially coming from a man, because men don't tend to allow themselves to be as vulnerable as women.
Yeah. And society teaches us that men should stay away from their feelings, that it's not good to feel with your full heart and open your heart to the world. That they should strategize and be logical about things. So any men out there, like, open your heart to love.
Yeah.
Because it's an amazing, amazing thing to do.
Oh my gosh, you couldn't have closed it with a better word. Thank you so much for taking the time and being with us here today. And as Devin Weaver says, open your heart. So it's open your heart. All right, for a consultation with life and relationship coach Devin Weaver, be sure to visit innercorecoaching.com. That's innercorecoaching.com. We do have to take a quick break, but when we return, we'll make some eco-friendly gifts for Valentine's Day. Don't forget, open your heart.
Praise the Lord. I'm Evangelist Barbara Mayo. I have a program called The Great God. I come on every Saturday at 3:30, channel 70 and 36 on Fios. You need to catch me because it's a program to encourage, to lift up, and if you don't know anybody that haven't heard about the program, tell them about it. They'll be encouraged, for God is good. God bless you.
Bring it. Time out, guys. I'm late to dinner. My mom's gonna kill me. Catch you guys later.
Mom wants us home. Okay. Bye, guys. You guys need a ride?
Sure. Yeah. All right. How about some one-on-one?
I gotta go eat, man. Sorry, I'll see you later.
Hello and welcome back to Open, everyone. You know, we're always inviting you to get social with us. That's right. Tweet us at BronxNet TV. And while you're there, tweet me too at Rhina Valentin. So some say handmade gifts hold more meaning because it's made from the heart. So our next guest is here to inspire and get our creative juices flowing while creating some upcycle gifts for Valentine's Day. Please welcome illustrator, graphic designer, co-founder of BX Art Factory visual artist Laura Alvarez. Hello.
Hello.
All right, so I'm really excited about this. I just love that a lot of artists, I know that this is one of your missions, but I just love that we're presenting more and more artists to our audience that can just reuse items that are in the house. Mm-hmm. Yes. There's no need to go and buy art pieces or art project.
What would be expensive?
Right. Well, I mean, obviously you need the paint and all of that, but it looks like you've even figured out a way to work with that too. Yes. All right. So let's do it. Let's do it. What are we making today?
We're gonna start with flowers. So I like buying like recycle egg carton, the cardboard ones,
Right.
because the plastic it stays forever in earth.
Right.
So, and I always keep them, and you can cut them up and make flowers.
Got it.
So, once you cut them up, you make the whole thing. You can paint it.
Okay, so just really quickly, how you cut it up like this. How did you get this flower-looking style?
It's the same thing as this.
Oh, okay. So it's this, and then you cut.
You cut the outside,
right,
and just make it. You can make different styles of flowers.
All right. So I want
You have
everybody
that
to
one.
see this. You see?
You
So
have
it's
this
just
one.
a four pieces of an egg carton, and then this is when you cut this out, it becomes this. Okay. Moving on.
And where I have this one that I already painted,
Okay.
because we have a nice bouquet in there.
All right.
And just to make, you make a hole in the bottom, and you put the stem through, if it goes through. And what I do is I add a bead, sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
A bead on the top of the, this is a pipe cleaner.
Okay, so we added a pipe cleaner.
And a bead on top, if I can see the hole. And that's gonna be
So
your
when
flower.
you cut this, you cut it this way or the...
This one is basically taking all the egg part out and
Right.
just leaving the bottom.
Right.
So
Side.
if you do a little cut,
right,
it's easier just to take it out with your
look
hand.
at that. Look at that. You don't even need to use the scissors.
No, well, to make it prettier
Right,
at the
to
end.
clean it up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But that's, and then you take out the other side.
And then you take out the other side. I'm going to take out the other side while you keep going.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, basically that's it. We have a
Right.
flower now, and we can place it in our nice bouquet of
Okay.
flowers.
So this is the flower bouquet that she
Yes.
made. Well,
I use some glitter to, sparkle it up a little bit, and I use spray paint to paint them, but you can use any paint that you have at home. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
It's just like red paint. I put some accents with yellow, so you don't have all red, because it's like a little bit too much.
Am I
And-
doing this right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You just need to take the other sides too.
Right. So I'm doing it really quickly because I want to show you guys how simple it is. It looks a lot
It's
more
very easy.
complicated than it is, but it's not. Look, I just peeled it off, and then, well, this would actually be painted first.
Yes.
So the next step would be to paint it, which I don't know if I'm going to be able to paint it now, but the pipe cleaner that she's talking about would go right in the middle because it already has the hole, right? And then at the end of the pipe cleaner would be...
You put a bead.
You put the bead.
And basically that's the stem. And
So how do we put the bead in?
you need to find the hole. you need eyes for that.
Okay.
You see, I don't have mine either.
Okay.
Okay.
All
here
right.
it goes.
Oh, good. And so it fit in. So now it's just going to hold, right?
Yes.
It won't go through. And then, of course, this would be painted, and then we would cut what? This part out?
Yeah. Well, basically,
or leave it like this.
It is like it is.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it would be this type of flower. It would end up looking like this type of rose. And I think this is so beautiful. Personally, I think this is a
Thank you.
wonderful way to just do arts and crafts with your family, and it's a wonderful way to express love and while being conscious of the earth.
Yes. We have another project.
Oh, we have another one. Oh,
we have
moving on.
postcards.
Okay.
So we use a lot of these styrofoam.
Yeah, like the
things.
meat comes on it. Yeah.
And so when you can make a little heart, cut it out, and then you put it in cardboard, regular cardboard from your Amazon packages.
Right.
And what we do, we put some paint, and you're gonna prepare like some, little cards.
Right. So you could just take, you could even take printing paper, but this is a little bit
Yeah,
harder
yeah,
than
it's like a
regular paper.
cardstock.
Right.
And then you're gonna dip that a little bit on the paint.
Right.
You have to look at it, and you have to make sure that it has paint all over, because if not, it's not gonna be like a real heart. And it
All right.
got out a
So
little bit.
before you paint it, you place the heart on the
I
the
glued
cardboard.
it,
You glue,
even though it's
right?
coming off.
It's okay. It's okay. I just want them to get the idea of the
Yes.
steps. So
I just
it's like,
mounted it.
cut this in like 4 pieces, fold it. Then she took the styrofoam, made this little heart, then glued it to a little cardboard that now we're painting the heart, and then the heart is gonna go.
Yes, so now we're gonna press it down on the paper. You have to press down hard all over the place. And once you lift it,
nice.
You have your heart.
It becomes a stamp, which I think is so cool.
Yeah.
It's so cool. It's your own homemade stamp.
Yes.
I love that. I love that.
And if you're
it's not a perfect heart, but
if you're
you get the idea.
adventurous, you can also like make some lines inside the heart, and that will reflect on your stamp. So it won't be like a plain heart.
Okay, so when you say adventurous, you mean like
just with
draw
a pen,
a line,
yep,
like
just with
so
a
that
pen.
it has an indent.
Yes,
right?
you can make some indents, some designs, and make it like different.
Got it.
But you know, I like that it's not perfect,
right?
Because it's personal,
Right.
and like you can always like write something on top at the end, like you have that "Be Mine," or you can add some other stuff on the card.
Right.
You can write something inside.
It's cute.
It's
My
like,
daughter would love this.
Yeah,
My
it's
daughter
like
loves
a
all
lot of
this.
different ways of just making your own card
Your own
more
homemade
personal.
cards. And also, it doesn't just pertain to Valentine's, because I see you have a star
Yeah.
there. So let's just show them.
Yes.
Like, look, you can even do it in the shape of a star.
You can make stars. You can make very like, if you make circles, then you can combine them and do like a whole landscape. You can use this in a whole other way. Like for Christmas, maybe you want to do your own cards.
Right. And so, question, why is it so important for you to create from an eco-conscious way, or eco-conscious mind, I should say, because really not everyone thinks along these
I
terms,
know.
and you know our planet is really in jeopardy right now.
It is. There's so much plastic everywhere, and the oceans are covered with plastic. Fishes are eating the plastic. Then we're eating the fishes, so we're eating the plastic. There's a lot of things going on. And I think a good way to minimize all that harm that we're doing to the planet is reusing whatever we have.
Got it.
So,
got it. And that's it. That's food for thought. And for more information on Laura, you can visit and her work. It's really a great website to just explore. Visit LauraAlvarez.com. All right, we have to take a quick break, but coming up, we'll find out how you can enjoy a dessert without feeling too guilty. Is there such a thing? We'll find out when we return. Welcome back to Open, everyone. You know, here's a question for you. Who doesn't love desserts? especially on Valentine's Day, right? Our next guest is the owner and chief executive of the Uptown Vegan Sweets and Treats, and she's all about breaking the misconception people have on vegan desserts. So here now to tell us more, please welcome Drea Smith. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Let's start off with these misconceptions. What misconceptions are we referring to?
A lot of people think that any food, especially vegan baked goods, donuts, cupcakes, are going to taste like this table. And that's just not true. It doesn't taste like cardboard.
You know what a table tastes like?
No. But I imagine
I know, like cardboard.
I imagine it tastes like sawdust or these papers. But
right.
Vegan food should not taste that way. And if you have any that taste that way, please put it down, throw it away, and scream at the person that gave it to you, because that's just not fair and that's not right. That person is not your person.
Okay, so, right, but it also has to do with people's palates and their culture.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, and I get that, and I totally understand that. So everything that I make, it's made to order, it's handmade, and I infuse a lot of love into everything that I make, and lots of flavor.
That's the most important part, right?
Yes.
Because then at that point, it doesn't matter if it's vegan or what it is.
All right, so I have customers who they will order from me, and they won't tell the people that they're giving the cupcakes to that the stuff is vegan. They'll hide the name, they'll hide the bag, the box, and then they'll say, oh, by the way, that was vegan. And everybody goes, what do you mean? Like, how did you make a cupcake without eggs? How did you make a cupcake without milk?
So I was going to ask you, how are you supplementing the eggs? Oh, gosh. She's like,
It's a trade secret. But no, I don't use applesauce. I don't use bananas because it's just not necessary. But baking is science. So as long as you adjust your ratios of your fat and your sugar and your leavening agents, you're good.
How did you get into this?
Friends of mine asked me to bake for them many years ago, and I was like, okay, sure, fine, no problem.
Because you didn't study baking.
I did not. I went to college for a couple of years and studied fashion merchandising. Yeah.
Thanks.
I failed. But no.
No, you did not.
I didn't flunk college, let's be clear. But no.
I think you incorporated it into the cupcakes.
I did.
Yes.
Yeah, so it kind of became a thing where I would just bring cake or whatever to every function. And they're like, you should start a business. And I was like, I don't know. And I was working in finance at the time for a number of years. And then I took the plunge and I did it. And then a bunch of my friends went vegan. They're like, can you make one for me? And I got tired of going back and forth between the recipes, so everybody gets vegan now.
That's interesting. Yeah. So it's because somebody requested.
Several somebodies. Yeah.
Several somebodies.
Yeah, several of my friends went vegan. Although some of them aren't still vegan to this day. But thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Right. Well, the thing is that at the end of the day, even if a person isn't vegan, it's a healthier way of eating. Although it's still.
I tell people all the time. So cupcakes are not health food.
Right.
They're not. It is a way for people who have dietary restrictions because of religion or because of, they have an allergy to something. I have a cousin who's got an allergy to soy and eggs and dairy. So people who have those allergies should be able to enjoy treats. They should be able to have a birthday cake or, have a random I love you or a Valentine's Day treat.
So these treats look so beautiful.
Thank you.
We're going to talk about them. So let's talk a little bit about them, and then I'm going to do a taste test, of course.
Yes, absolutely.
So which one would you like to talk about first?
I'm going to talk about the s'mores because I know that one is a fan favorite.
It looks delicious. Yes. I mean, it looks so pretty. I just want to look at it.
Thank you. So it's a chocolate cupcake, and it's got vegan marshmallows, chocolate sauce, graham cracker, crumbs. These two are chocolate and vanilla. I went with really simple.
The pink ones?
Yes.
Chocolate and vanilla.
Chocolate and vanilla. Okay. And then we've got strawberry and then a double chocolate back here.
Okay, I don't know if they could see the strawberry. Oh, yeah, this would be the strawberry.
Yeah, and it's actually got strawberry filling too.
Right here. And it's strawberry filling. That one looks delicious. And then this one is the chocolate cupcake.
Chocolate with vanilla frosting.
With vanilla frosting. And they look so beautiful.
Thank you.
So which do you recommend I try?
I'd say go with your heart.
Go with my heart. So my gut tells me go for the s'mores, but then, my face says, that looks really messy. I wouldn't go for that one.
Messy. It is
and I am a chocolate strawberry covered kind of gal for Valentine's Day.
So then go with the strawberry one.
So we're going to do the strawberry.
For anyone who's looking to get you gifts tonight, right?
So let's do it.
Yes.
All right. And again, this is a vegan cupcake.
It is. I promise it's 100% vegan. No eggs, no milk, no animals were harmed in the making of these cupcakes.
Awesome. Let's see. Here we go.
How'd we do?
She's right. You cannot tell at all.
You're not supposed to. Yeah. Well,
and look, it's so pretty. Even the inside is pretty.
Yeah, we gotta
and I'm just showing that because it shows how detail oriented you
eat
are.
with your eyes first, right?
Right.
So it has to be pretty.
It has to. I'll finish the rest later.
Cool.
Because, you know, if you leave it up to me, I'm just going to eat them all.
You can share with the staff.
Oh, all right. Yay, your crew gets vegan treats today. So so how does this work? People contact you and make orders?
Yes.
And so how much advance notice do they need?
It really depends. I try to tell people, give me a few days. I have wholesale clients, and I do private orders. I do weddings. I do catering events. So depending on what week it is, I might have, you know, a bunch of things pending. So if you're looking to order, as soon as you know you want something, give me a call. I have a website. You can submit an order form. You can also find me on Instagram and Facebook at the Uptown Vegan. My website is theuptownvegan.com. So
awesome. Thank you.
Nice meeting you.
Thanks, Drea. Thanks for the treat, the sweet and treats, right? That's right. Once again, you guys, our pleasure. To order desserts from the Uptown Vegan Sweets and Treats, be sure to visit uptownvegan.com. Stay tuned because Bobby C's Weekly Sports Roundup is coming up next.
We begin our look at sports out at the Garden, where 30 points from Bradley Beal of the Washington Wizards is enough to spoil the homecoming for Mo Harkless, the Queens native, now with the Knicks. With both teams moving into the All-Star break that's going to be in Chicago this weekend, Beal talked about being snubbed and also how much he just loves playing at the world's most famous arena.
It's the Garden, you know, you just kind of automatically get hyped for that. We're just going to continue to take off, man. We're in a good position, like I said before. But the fact that we're getting guys back from injuries and things like that, acclimating them, you know, slowly but surely is great too. You know, everybody's getting the rhythm. Before you know it, you know, we'll be making that final push, and it's going to require everybody.
We moved the ball. I just kept telling the guys, just keep focusing on the defense, play the right way, and you will get rewarded. Eventually, our offense will start falling for us and coming around. We'll get to the free throw line and start making some of those free throws. But it was good play. A lot of our guys stepped up and played hard and played well.
Meanwhile, Harkless, a former St. John's star, still feels giddy when he's out on the hardwood at MSG.
It was pretty cool, honestly. You know, it's something I kind of dreamed about as a kid, so to be able to come out here and do it was pretty crazy. Being from New York is, you know, like I said, it's a dream come true.
Does the Garden still evoke that feeling of nostalgia for you when you're out there?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, every time you step foot on this floor, it's like it's a great feeling, it's great energy. That organ in the background, I love that. It's cool. So yeah, it definitely does.
With 27 games to go in the season, the Knicks now sitting at 17-38 after a 114-96 home loss to the equally lowly Wizards. Miller has done a pretty good job, but it still may not translate to going from interim head coach to actual head coach next season. We had reported previously that the Knicks had hired a marketing company to help rebrand the team. The Knicks rebrand already needs a rebrand. The new brand consultant made it seem like there's no way Miller stays as coach next season. Hours after that comment, the Knicks released a statement declaring that their new brand consultant doesn't speak for the organization. The NBA has hit the All-Star break. That was the final game for the Knicks before the league celebrates its stars in Chicago this weekend, and that includes All-Star Saturday night, the three-point contest and dunk contests, and the big game on Sunday. Although the Knicks weren't winners to close the first half, the Brooklyn Nets put together a fine victory on Wednesday night. For his team to beat the Toronto Raptors, who were riding a formidable winning streak, Nets coach Kenny Atkinson said that Brooklyn's effort and complete level has got to be 2 levels higher than normal. And it was. The Nets topped the Raptors 101-91 and snapped Toronto's 15-game winning streak on Wednesday night in the BK. Brooklyn's win came only 4 nights after the Nets lost by 1 point to the Raptors in Canada. The Nets enter the All-Star break having won 7 of their past 10 games for a 25-28 overall record, and Kevin Durant was practicing this past week. Very interesting for the Nets. Time for some quick hitters from around the world of sports. Alex Ovechkin still has 698 career goals. The Washington Capitals return to their winning ways with a 3-2 come-from-behind victory against the Colorado Avalanche Thursday night, but still no milestone for Ovi. He'll get 700, I'm sure, very soon, and he may very well be the greatest goal scorer in NHL history. Hot take there. Mika Zibanejad scored with 1:06 to play in regulation to send it into overtime and then had a goal in the shootout, helping the New York Rangers erase a 2-goal deficit in the third period, and they beat Minnesota 4-3 on Thursday night. 3-game winning streak. The Broadway Blue Shirts are right back at it tonight in Columbus. 7 p.m. puck drop there. Rangers have 3 really good goalies to boot, and King Henrik may no longer be the best of that bunch. Going to be interesting to see how this shakes out the rest of the season for the Rangers. Craig Smith scored 3 times, and the Nashville Predators beat the New York Islanders 5-0 last night. The Isles will be in Las Vegas to take on the Golden Knights tomorrow. And Wayne Simmons scored twice in a 4-goal third-period outburst as the New Jersey Devils rallied to beat the Detroit Red Wings 4-1 on Thursday night. The Devils are in Carolina tonight. Next week, LA will have a public memorial for Kobe Bryant. This week, another legend paid tribute to Kobe in only the way that he could. You can't ask for a better start to a tournament than the one Tiger Woods drew up in the opening round of Genesis. An eagle on the par 5 first hole gave him an immediate boost, and amid a flurry of tributes to Kobe, it was fitting that it was his first putt of the day, and it was exactly 24 feet 8 inches. It's ironic, isn't it? Woods said, referring to Kobe's 2 retired numbers, 8 and 24. Pretty cool. Phoenix Suns guard Devin Booker will replace the injured Dame Lillard in this weekend's NBA All-Star Game and three-point contest. The NBA named Booker as Lillard's replacement on Thursday, 1 day after the Portland Trailblazers star suffered a right groin strain. Not snubbed after all. About time for Booker. The LA Lakers and Milwaukee Bucks head into the All-Star break as the favorites to win the NBA title at sportsbooks around the nation. The Lakers are plus 180 to win the title at Caesars Sportsbook, followed by the Bucks at plus 275. The LA Clippers are at 325 as the only other team with single-digit odds at most sports books. More than twice as much money has been bet on the Lakers to win the title than any other team at Caesars. Feel the same way here. 1 day after being reinstated from the NFL, Cleveland Browns Myles Garrett, doubled down that Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback Mason Rudolph said a racial slur that sparked something in him to retaliate this past season in an ugly scene on the NFL gridiron. Colin Kaepernick, who sparked a national debate when he protested against racial injustice by kneeling during the U.S. national anthem, will publish a memoir later this year, the former NFL quarterback announced on Thursday. Spring training back in the headlines this week. 2 of the Euston Astros top hitters, third baseman Alex Bregman and second baseman Jose Altuve, issued apologies for their role in a sign-stealing plot that led to the dismissal of manager A.J. Hinch and general manager Jeff Lunau. Apologies seemed rather empty. But the kicker was the team owner. Astros owner Jim Crane said on Thursday that the sign-stealing plot that was in place during their World Series winning 2017 season did not impact games, even as his players apologized for the scheme. Unreal. Meanwhile, the Yankees and Astros traded barbs over the recent sign-stealing scandal, but the Bronx Bombers were feeling great about the competitive edge they grabbed this winter by signing away Houston's hard-throwing hurler, Garrett Cole. Man, he looks like a stud in pinstripes. Rhina, I'm in love on Valentine's. Garrett has my heart. The Daytona 500 is this weekend, folks. NASCAR is back. President Donald Trump will attend the 500 on Sunday. The president of Daytona International Speedway confirmed yesterday. The 2020 Chinese Grand Prix, which had been scheduled for April 17th through the 19th, has been postponed as a result of the coronavirus outbreak. Figured that would happen. The outbreak won't have an impact on the Olympics, though. That's the message from the International Olympic Committee at the start of a two-day meeting with organizers of the 2020 Games in Tokyo. Those are the headlines. With love in the air, we hit the C-list for a group of individuals that don't deserve any this Friday morning. Happy Valentine's Day, unless, of course, you are the Euston Astros. We're 6 weeks out from opening day, and yet we're talking about them again, cheaters. Euston's line of reasoning goes something like this. Yes, we stole signs, and yes, it gave us a bit of an advantage, but no, it didn't help us win the World Series. After Thursday's presser, baseball must strip the Astros of their 2017 World Series title. They altered the competitive fabric of the game. They admitted to it, open and shut case there. It's not like we haven't seen teams get stripped of their titles before, albeit more in other sports. Probably won't happen, even if it should. If Houston's going to keep its flag, it's up to the rest of us to place an asterisk onto it with glee and gusto, giving, some booing love to the Astros this holiday season. It's simple. If you love America's pastime, boo the Astros. That's your sports. I'm Bobby C.
Bye, Janet. It's nice seeing you again. You look good, girl. Just let me know what I can do to help.
Well, to help me, she'd have to help every day. Every hour, every ouch, every time my wife calls for help. I mean, maybe she could help me make her lunch. But the crust, all the crust has to be cut off the corners. She could help me run to the doctor for the 5th time this week. Help me with the specialist and the second opinions and the painful paperwork about paperwork. Help me deal with how hard it is seeing my wife's name on so much paperwork. But this is on me. I'm the only one who can do this, like this, for her. Besides,
take care.
We will. Janet doesn't like her cooking anyway.
Find support for your strength. Visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community.
Welcome to Open, everyone. It's now time for this week's Open Artist Spotlight. Open Artist Spotlight features a New York City's sultry musical duo known for entertaining clients across the world, including the United Nations and Mercedes-Benz. They've also had the opportunity to share the stage with the likes of artists such as Jennifer Hudson and Sting. And most recently, they performed for BronxNet's Hub location opening, and here now to perform on our Open Artist stage to give a taste of their music, performing Electric Psychology. Please welcome Acute Inflections.
Catch me by surprise and way, you impress me when we meet. Such a fabulous time when we play. My heart is a feeling wonderful things, indescribable and rare, that can move you to expressing. You touch on my hand and this and that, changing my doubts to matches of fact, uncontrollably revealing. Waves of dismantling energy, sweeping our emotions, some kind of strange, between us flowing magnetically. Slowly, you crawl through me. I let your psychology invading the soul of me. Hopefully, you take your time. Be my ecstasy, honey, be molasses in the key of E. Yeah. Never would have thought in this place to dream of you and I, so free to be. But is loving forever safe? Oh my, who knew in these days and times the most incredible parts of love can be felt by unsuspecting kinds? I wonder where we go from here, off to setting suns we ride, living life with love, no fear. Is it a phase of lustful bliss, or those us in the lifetime kinds of loves, moments to cherish before they're missed? Slowly, you crawl through me. I let your psychology invading the soul of me. Hopefully, you take your time. Be my ecstasy, honey, be molasses in the key of E. Oh, slowly, you crawl through me. I let your psychology invading the soul of me. Oh, hopefully, you take your time. Be my ecstasy, honey, be molasses in the key of E. Oh, yeah, sugar. Hey, you take your time. Be my ecstasy, honey, be molasses.
Woo! Acute Inflections! Woo! That is so super elegant. Thank you for blessing our Open Artist stage. Brava! Brava! Thank you. And your name is?
Alicia.
Alicia?
Siddiqui.
Siddiqui. Oh my goodness. And how did you guys form this group together?
Kind of by accident.
Yeah, there was supposed to be a band performing together, and no one else showed up, and we got stuck on stage together and kind of made something happen. People liked it, and just kept on going, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dynamics here, right? This kind of like old school, right? New school.
Yeah.
Your version of old school.
Yeah.
Acute inflections. We've got high pitch. We've got bass.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's really stunning. It really is. So let's talk about your trips around the world and the people you're performing for.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. He said uh-oh.
These moments are classified. But we've had some wonderful adventures, going to Alaska and Sun Valley, Idaho.
Yeah, some very random places.
Right, and so you're like, why are they classified? I want to know why they're classified.
It depends who you're performing for.
I see.
The people are very high level and don't want to be mentioned.
Understood. So how many places have you been to so far, would you say?
I don't know, maybe like a couple hundred.
A couple hundred.
Yeah.
So how many places do you cover in a span of a year?
Oh my. At least about 250.
Around 250 in 1 year.
In 1 year.
In 1 year.
There's sometimes where we have maybe 12 to 13 shows within a week, so depends.
That's lovely. That's lovely. So this is wonderful. You get to tour the world and be in the presence of high-end individuals.
We love our locals. We love our New Yorkers.
That's right, which leads me to where you're going to be performing here, right? You're going to be performing at the Bronx Music Heritage Center.
We are.
And when is that happening?
February 12th. So
20th.
Sorry.
Thursday.
February 12th is actually our 8th year anniversary. But
congratulations.
Thank you.
Happy anniversary.
So hi. Thank you. But actually, February 20th will be there.
Well, yes, and of course, y'all just got a taste of them, and they're going to close us out. And we are so grateful to you for making us stop here in our Open Artist Spotlight, and you guys for more of Acute Inflections. They're going to be performing a new show, a jazzy conversation, on February 20th at the Bronx Music Heritage Center, which is located at 1303 Louis 9 Boulevard, and that's happening from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. And for more information, you can visit acuteinflections.com. Also, their music can be found on musical platforms, such as Spotify, Google Play, and Amazon Music. And be sure to follow them on Instagram as well, at Acute Inflections. And that is our show today, mi gente. Thanks to all our guests for coming through, and to you, our viewers, for tuning in. If you missed any part of the show, you can check out the recablecast tonight and 24 hours a day at BronxNet.tv. I'm Rhina Valentin, and from all of us here at Open, may the universe provide paz, prosperity, y amor. Happy Valentine's Day, and I leave you with Acute Inflections.